to unblur my screen here. Welcome to my messy room. But this is kind of the part that doesn't really work well, and maybe I'll try to do it next week for you guys. But here's a small gong, right? So a lot of people, when they think of a gong, they just think, you just hit it, right? You know, percussionist, all you do is you hit instruments, right? So, okay, I'm done. Well, no, there's a lot more to this. Actually, my roommate in college was a percussionist, and I learned a lot from him. In fact, he always said people, of course, they weren't thinking about the definite pitch instruments, saying, "Oh, percussionist job is easy. You don't have to play notes." And he said, "Oh, they really don't understand. There are so many techniques." And of course, you're not really hitting. You have to hit it in a way to bring out the sound, at least. And like hit it in very ways to cause the vibration. But there's actually many more ways than just hitting it, because there's many places to hit it. We can hit it here, hit it here, we can hit it here. So it all makes different sounds. And I'm using a felt mallet here. What if I use a rubber mallet? It actually sounds slightly different. So maybe a better mic on here. That just fell. What if I hit it with the stick end? Very different sounds that way. Maybe a thicker stick. I don't know how well this comes out on recording. I might have to bring this in next week, but how about a plastic mallet? Certain things are more persistent when you use a different kind of mallet. So the side makes a bigger difference. Subtle differences. But that's not all. In fact, I could even use things like this small little nail. So even the size of something makes a difference. Different wood. And then, of course, this mallet, which is actually the mic. That's too noisy for you. So we have this thing called Super Ball mallet, or more accurately, we can call it a friction mallet. And often people just make these up. I used a barbecue skewer, and yes, this is a child's bouncy ball, but they cause friction. So when you drag it, now you could hit with it, because it's like a rubber mallet. But one of the reasons why there is this shape on here is that now you don't get a really pronounced friction sound with this small of a gong, maybe in the center. But when you get really large cymbals, or tam-tam, or even on large drums like bass drum or timpani, that growl is very pronounced. So now the other thing to mention is when we're playing percussion instruments, there's not just playing it in a sustained way. We can choke it, or do a limited pass, or going. I'm kind of moving my finger underneath to kind of. You can even wave it up and down, and that makes a difference. Even people will drop it into water, and that will change the tone. There are lots of ways, and plus we can scratch it. We can use things that are like brushes. I don't have any actual percussion brushes, but I brought a instrument cleaning brush. That makes a sound, and metal makes a different sound than wood. We can scrape it at different places. You also rub it. So, and of course, you could bow something like this. I couldn't find my violin bow. I don't know why. I used it on a piece. Can't find it, but yes, they sound beautiful bowed, and that even the bowing technique can create different things, and they can pull out harmonics. Sometimes they touch it when they bow it, it gets a different sound. And the more the volume gets, the sound color changes. So, this is just one little instrument. Also, if I lay this down on a like carpet or some cloth, it'll make a bonk, bonk kind of quality too. Um, so maybe I'll bring that instrument in for you next week in order to see that. But what I want you to remember is that that's just one instrument. Every instrument has multitudes of possibilities. Some have more than others. And even the pitched instruments have many possibilities based on how you play it. We think, oh, those just always play the same way. Mm-mm. Now, some instruments have more, but in general, there are a lot of different ways you can create sound on an instrument.